Well, that was a waste of an hour. What? So the only reason why I've been talking to me is because you want to shag me? Yeah, and from behind because your breath stink of onions, and you didn't tell you that, did I? For anybody watching this, I've just spent, 35 minutes trying to work out how the hell to get up the stream ready and available, just to basically, from a selfish point of view, not have to wait around for an hour just to upload the blasted video. But unfortunately everything's gone tits up, so basically I'm just gonna have to record a video instead rather than a members stream. So this will be going out on the old premiere, but you guys watching it now, which are the members, you're watching this the day after the Liverpool game. You guys watching on the premiere, you're watching now, Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock. But this game week has been absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Henderson in goal, probably one of the highlights of my game week. We'll come on to the Liverpool assets in a minute. Cancelo getting his obligatory yellow card. I don't know what the fuck is up with this guy, but every single game, yellow card, and it's always tactical fouls, and I just think it's just so friggin' frustrating. Oh yeah, I can swear, can't I? It's just so frustrating from a FPL point of view when, you know, you've supposedly got these players in because of their attacking prowess and the fact they're some of the best fullbacks in the game, and yet all they seem to pick up is yellow cards. I only just discovered today that Trent Alexander-Arnold got a yellow card after 25 minutes. Surprised Reece James didn't get one, but Nico Williams did. Just laughable. I'm still absolutely fuming about that. I know I need to get over it, but I won't. Reece James with 1, Nico Williams with 1, Kulusevski with 3. Do you know what? I can't even remember if I did a members video yesterday. Did I? Tell me in chat. But let me know in the comments, more to the point. But Kulusevski, anonymous, absolutely anonymous in that game. To be honest with you, Spurs full stop weren't even at the park. To be honest with you, they were just they were lucky to get that win. But as I stated on Sunday Surgery, that's right, I did it on Sunday Surgery, didn't I? The reality of the situation is that when you've got high quality players like Tottenham, if you give away that one opportunity for them to score an easy goal, they'll do it, and that's exactly what happened against Wolves. Wolves will be disheartened that they didn't get a result from that game, at least 1 point. But Lingard, his standard 3 points. Saka, his standard 3 points. He's another one. A complete utter waste of space. Just watching Arsenal, he's just for me, he's just so far out on the wing that he may as well be playing in the stands. He's just, funny enough, very similar to Salah. And again, we'll get onto them 3 in a minute. But just so far out on the right hand side that it's just non-involvement in the goal area whatsoever, and it's just really, really frustrating holding him, or having him, more to the point. Haaland up top got his standard goal. I mean, he looked another player. He looked fantastic. Him and Kevin De Bruyne have looked absolutely fantastic for Man City. I've really enjoyed watching Haaland with his speedy runs, cutting through the middle. But yeah, on to last night's game, or Monday night's game, I should say, for the guys on Premiere. I got home. It was surprisingly, I got home quite quick. I wish I'd taken the flaming same route today. So I did a 6 till 3 today. And I got home 8:30, and I thought, oh, brilliant! I get to watch at least 15 minutes of the first half. I'd heard the game on the radio. I could hear the goal coming from Man United. It was obvious the goal was coming. And obviously you hear Sam Matterface telling us Sancho scoring. I just rolled my eyes like, yeah, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Because didn't I call it on a members video on Saturday, I think? I said that, why is it that whenever Man United seem to be down in the dumps, don't look like they can get a result, this could be Ten Hag's final game, and they go and pull up a result like that? Don't get me wrong, Man United. So when I got in, obviously turned the game on, and Man United were all over Liverpool. Liverpool just looked lack of ideas. It's really weird watching Liverpool at the moment. So I've seen them 3 times this year. Versus Man City in the Community Shield. Against Fulham. And now against... I've completely forgotten who they played. Man United. I've only just spoken about it 2 seconds ago. And they've just looked flat. They've looked like they've got no energy. They look like they can't be bothered. It's almost like the attitude of, we've won everything, I can't be bothered. Now, you could argue, well, we've lost quite a few players. Don't even bother asking me who those players are. I don't have a clue. I can name 2. Jota and Thiago. Obviously, there's no Keita there. Nunes getting sent off doesn't help. Isn't Matip injured as well? Isn't Konate injured? They've got a lot of players that are out. But you'd like to think that some of the players would pick up. And Salah, I mean, I've said all along that Salah needs to show me something in the Liverpool game versus United. If not, I'm hitting my wild card. He showed me fuck all. Jack fucking shit last night to give me any confidence with him moving forward. I can't just explain what I see in him. Well, I can. But you're all going to think I'm mad. But he reminds me of the member of staff that I work with who has got the manager in their fucking pocket. And they swan in whenever they want. Do whatever they want. They're not a team player. Even though ironically Salah is. But I'm just trying to make the point here. They're not a team player. And because they're friends with the manager, they have a major bad effect on the rest of the team, because the rest of the team just slag this person off, can't stand them, hate the fact that they work there, wish they were gone. But nothing really can be done because they're friends with the manager, and that manager will always back them up. Nah, they're a really hard worker. Nah, they weren't doing this. Nah, they weren't late. Oh, they were. You can go on CCTV and check if you want. See the kind of fucking shoddy shite of a job that they've done. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute this applies to Salah. What I'm trying to get at is that that's how Salah, though, comes across this. It's just this swagger he's got where it's just like, I know I'm the best in the world, but I've got my contract now. I'm earning God knows how many hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. I don't care. That's the attitude I get from him. In fact, the only passion I saw from Salah was when he scored the goal. Fernandes wouldn't give him the ball back. And I was thinking, he's going to get a yellow card. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Fernandes was an absolute prat for what he was doing. I fucking hate it when players do it. I get it. What are you doing? Grow up. You what? Anybody understand this Peep Show reference? You what? 26? Fuck off. Fernandes is what, 26? I'm in my 20s. And doing what he's doing, acting like a petulant kid. Like, I get it, but fuck me. Like, it's just so embarrassing to watch. And then Salah, almost, he was keeping his cool. But it just felt like, I bet he gets a fucking yellow card. Thankfully, he didn't. The referee kept his cards in his pocket. But there's just something about Liverpool in general. Again, it's probably just the fact they've lost 4 or 5 key players. But to me, Salah, Salah just... hopeless. Firmino, I mean, he had a few opportunities last night to at least score for Liverpool. Did he? Nah. There was that effort where, ironically, didn't Salah put the ball in and De Gea made that fantastic save at the near post. De Gea's right, Firmino's left. I'm sure it was Firmino that had the effort. Diaz did his usual job. He looks fantastic, but when it comes to the old shooting, I don't know what it is with Diaz. He's not quite to the extreme extent of Alex Saint-Maximin. And his name isn't even Alex, it's Alan. Let's just call him Alex anyway. But Saint-Maximin, he is, when it comes to shooting, he really is poor. He's not quite to that extent. Diaz, fantastic all over the pitch, chases down players, puts in really good challenges, really shows passion, but I don't know about him. I don't really fear him when he attacks, whereas ironically with Salah, you always do have that fear. But once again, going back to Salah, it's like everything he seems to do seems really tame. Doesn't seem to really, I don't know, fill me with confidence that he's going to score. Again, this is just my opinion. This is what I'm seeing. I'm sure someone's screaming at TV going, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Yeah, you're right, I don't. Hence why I don't know why you're watching this. But anyway. You're lucky you're not a member if you're watching this on Premiere. You're lucky I'm not calling you a dickhead or a moron for benching a certain player, Harbour Boy. We'll get onto that in a minute. So, with Trent and Robertson, he's looking really threatening. His passing is looking really good. But unfortunately, the players in front of him aren't doing anything with it. Defensive-wise, I'm now understanding where Jason's coming from. He is an absolute hopeless case when it comes to defending. Hopeless. Robertson, again, just seems like a player where he's just going through the motions. He just doesn't seem to be that attacking threat that I'm so used to seeing. The Liverpool that I love to see is just bombing down the wings and just allowing the midfield and the attackers to be able to cut in so they can cross the ball into them. Or they charge forward, see Diaz or Salah on the left or the right, pass it out to them, and then Trent and Robertson continue. They the ones that go into the centres, and then Salah or Diaz or whoever crosses it in for them. But predominantly it's usually Trent into Salah, Salah back to Trent, Trent gets it into the middle, or vice versa. I'm just not seeing this from Liverpool at all. It's as if they just don't know what they're doing. Again, it probably is because they're missing all these players. And isn't it funny how when it comes to fantasy football and the whole thing of like, well, Chelsea are missing Kante, they lose 3-0. Now, whether Kante was there or not, they could have still lost 3-0. But doesn't this happen every season? Kante goes off injured, doesn't play for a few weeks, Chelsea start conceding goals for fun. Liverpool, no Thiago. no Keita. All of a sudden they're relying on Henderson and Milner. Not good enough. Not good. I mean, Henderson's all right. Milner, nah. It's a bit part player. Come on for the last 10 minutes to defend their 5-0 lead. You can't start with him. I know they have to, due to their circumstances, but nah. I'm just really frustrated looking at Liverpool. Now, I can hear you all screaming. Well, have you your wild card then because of that? What do you reckon? Let's do a poll, shall we? While we're waiting, I'll do a poll for the guys watching on Premiere. Members already know what I've done. Have you answered? Good. So the answer's no. I haven't hit the wildcard button because I agree with Podner. It's madness to go into the next two fixtures without the Liverpool trio. I have done a move, as you'll see there. I have brought in Harrison. I was debating whether, if you remember on Sunday Surgery, I was debating whether to do a -4 or just do the free transfer. The -4 being Saka and Lingard. Lingard out for Rodrigo / Harrison and Gundogan. And I thought, I know Lingard's going to be dropping soon, and Harrison's probably at some point this week going to go up in price. It was a sign from God, and any sign from God to suggest that I could do the move for free, I'll do it. And as I stated, I've done the move. I'm relatively happy with it. Harrison's a guaranteed starter. I can tell you that for free. Thanks, Steve-O. Free. These members have to pay $1.99 in advance. But Liverpool's next two fixtures, and bearing in mind they have got the midweeks, which again Salah's guaranteed to play. Bournemouth at home. It's an excellent fixture. The form is completely out the window. But you'd like to think that those three up top, Salah, Firmino and Diaz, can have some fun there. You'd like to think that. Newcastle at home, horrific fixture, but will Eddie Howe do what he did against Man City, which is just sit back, do nothing, and just invite pressure like he did for the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, and then flaming they go and concede 2 goals within the space of like 30 seconds. Or do they come at Liverpool with the quality of assets that they've got and essentially give them a game? Well, we will find out on Wednesday evening. Then they've got Everton away, who are an absolute sack of shite. They are awful. They are abysmal. Wolves at home, decent enough fixture. It's nothing too major to be worrying about. But I mean, I'm going to be saying this, aren't I, for the whole season, to be honest with you. It'll be just a case of, well, I'm going to see how Salah performs against Bournemouth. He plays a lacklustre game, he gets a goal. Well, I'm going to see what he's like against Newcastle. It is one of those where it's, with these fixtures upcoming, it is very difficult to look past Salah. That's the reality of the situation. So going into game week 4, it will be Henderson in goal, Trent, Robertson, Cancelo, James. Playing De Silva this week ahead of Nico Williams. Still, I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm potentially tempted to play Williams. It's a home fixture. I don't see Nottingham Forest. I don't see him getting battered. But as it stands right now, De Silva is in. It's a home fixture against that hopeless Everton. I'd like to think that, Brentford will crucify them after their disappointing result. This is not really disappointing, but their result against Fulham. Kulusevski, Harrison against Brighton. That'll be 0-0. I can already hear Fire Talk going, so why don't you buy him then? Price rises. Price changes. Got to keep up with the markets, Fire Talk. Salah captain. Saka. He's another one. Saka. Hearing Podner the other day on Sunday Surgery, I don't know, he just seems so calm. It was really... So whenever I'm in Hangouts, which is rare, but whenever I'm in Hangouts, Podner's quite animated. Now, I don't know if it's because he was live on air and he didn't want to be expressive enough, but he was... Steve-O, but he's got Fulham away. He's got Fulham. And then it's Aston Villa. You'd be mad to get rid of him. And I'm thinking, where's the Podner that's just there? Bah, you're all a bunch of sheep. To be fair, Podner's actually doing quite well this season. To be honest with you, Steve. Fulham, Aston Villa at home. Next two fixtures. Saka guaranteed start in both. Hold. So as it stands right now, it's looking like potentially game week 6 could be approximately the area where I'm thinking, right, this is where the tables start changing. Maybe it could be wise to maybe hit that wild card. I haven't delved deep into anybody's fixtures or anything like this, but certainly that could be the area where I decide, right, hit that wild card button around game week 6, possibly. You've got, with my team anyway, up on screen, Harrison, for argument's sake, after this Bournemouth home fixture, Everton at home, Brentford away, Nottingham Forest at home, Man United away. These are fixtures that shouldn't frighten Leeds at all. Aston Villa, Crystal Palace. Brilliant. Ironically, Crystal Palace away is possibly one of the hardest fixtures of that lot. But they're great. Even looking at Crystal Palace's fixtures, getting in the likes. When listening to Planet FPL today and they were doing their brilliant review show of the weekend's fixtures, and James made the funny point, it's true, about Zaha. He's returned in all the hard fixtures. Then they'll have Brentford, Newcastle, Man United, Brighton. Well, not necessarily Brighton, but certainly next week Brentford, Newcastle. Well, not even Newcastle. The point being, he'll probably fail. Excuse me. He'll probably fail to bring in anything that game week, those games. But certainly Crystal Palace are a team to potentially look at. Man City, looking at Cancelo. I was just, funny enough, just before I went, I say live on air, I was listening to FPL Wire, and big man Baker was talking about Cancelo and how essentially he's just not really looked like the player we were expecting. Completely agree. Once again, a player who's just not, in my opinion, from what I've seen two or three games of Man City now. He's virtually been anonymous. He's made a few darting runs here or there, but not to the extent of last season where you knew where he was on the pitch. Just absolutely terrorising defences. Non-existent this season. Is it a change in formation? Change in personnel? Change of tactics? I don't know. But 7 million, is he really worth it as it stands right now? Not really. I'd rather have one of the centre backs I say one of the guaranteed starters. I mean, Diaz didn't even start at the weekend, did he? He had to come on for Ake. Isn't it funny as well? Oh God, we're so worried about Pep rotation. We're so scared of the substitutes. Didn't even make one on Sunday. He was just enforced on Sunday with the Ake one. Other than that, everybody kept their place. Because why? Because he's the kind of manager that wants his players that have fucked up to rectify their mistakes. You caused the problem, you fucking sort it out. That's Pep's attitude. Because I'm amazed that I didn't see certain individuals coming on. So, yeah. I think Game Week 6 wildcard is looking like it's going to be on the cards as I swig some water. That's my Radox. $1.99 for that. But like with Harbour Boy's team, Harbour Boy's got a really good team as well, and it's all fine. It's just the players aren't coming through. That's the unfortunate situation, is that the players aren't performing to what we were hoping they'd do. But these next two fixtures that are back to back, which is fucking great. I love the fact that we've got midweek fixtures, for example. So Game Week 4, once it decides to load up, starts on Saturday with Southampton versus Man United. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. It's going to be a really interesting game to watch there. And literally, is it Tuesday? This is when FPL really kicks in. Tuesday and Wednesday evening. I'm sure me and Jason will be doing something regarding streaming of those specific games. Or predominantly 7:30 kickoffs. I think Wednesday's the best day to maybe look at streaming. But yeah, and then of course then it's straight to Saturday. So all these games coming quick and fast. And I think at this point, this is when we're going to really see the players coming out. Now, we all know that FPL is about getting onto the bandwagons which are doing well at the moment. Idiots like me haven't gone with Jesus. Idiots like me haven't gone with Martinelli. Didn't go with an Arsenal defender / goalkeeper. And we're paying the price. But Game Week 4 to 6 is going to be the tester, I think, for a lot of these players. And I think that so long as you've got your guaranteed starters that are key to their teams, like I have, and I think I'm not suggesting for 1 minute the Arsenal assets aren't guaranteed, but it could potentially be a case of like, can they keep up with this week in, week out? You know, only a few days rest in between fitness. We know the likes of Saka can, Salah, the triple up in Liverpool. Obviously, there's talk from Pep Guardiola saying that Haaland can't. We're going to manage his minutes, basically. I mean, that doesn't really scare me to think that, oh my goodness. Ain't going to scare me into thinking I'm going to sell him. No chance. However, you know, he is in this specific team here, barring De Silva, and at a push, Kulusevski, all first teamers, all going to play a minimum of 80 minutes. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting next few game weeks, and I think maybe the luck could be running out for the 10 plate teams. Who knows? For the bare sheep teams. Who knows? I don't have a flaming clue. But Certainly for me, you got even an effect there of water. But yeah, these next few game weeks, I mean, even looking at captaincy for the next 3. Salah this week. And then it'd be... Oh, God, if only I had Kevin De Bruyne. It could be. Off the top of my head. Salah out for KDB. I won't be doing that, but you never know. But Haaland against Nottingham Forest. Just my immediate reactions. And then game week 6. Haaland away at Aston Villa. Perhaps. That's just my immediate thought processes. But we've then got Champions League, which is concerning. Especially, I mean, Haaland especially. He's going to be guaranteed to be playing the Champions League matches no matter what. It all depends on the group, but I think for now I'm cool with my team. I'm happy with it. And yeah, just each week goes by. I think I do need to start looking into, like, if I was to wildcard, for instance. Well, not necessarily if I was to wildcard, but multi-point, looking at certain transfers out. I mean, if I'm looking from a, not quite fires, but certainly from a, I'm going to dial 111 rather than 999. I want some advice. It's Robertson, Reece James, Kulusevski, Salah, Saka. They're the 5 that are a bit concerning. But I'm okay. I'm happy to just hold. But we will find out, like I said, over the next few. Like I said, these things come thick and fast. And I still don't think the mini leagues are settled down yet. We'll get onto them in a minute. Specifically the Members League. But yeah, things are not quite settled down yet. I think it gets to about game week 15, 16-ish, halfway through, when it's like, right, this guy is pushing on. So yeah, talking of these specific mini leagues, we'll start with the members. The members one. So if I can find it, there it is there. So Peter Scullion, top, doing exceptionally well. He's just stormed it. It's like with anybody in the beginning of the seasons, anything they touch turns to gold, or in this case turns to points. It doesn't matter what transfer these individuals make, they're guaranteed points. Unfortunate with the Jesus captaincy, as you can see there, but Sanchez coming through. He did do some transfers this week, and these are the only 2 transfers he's done all season. So he did Bailey and Wilson, of all players. I mean, you can't make this. I mean, I say everything touches to points, but he got rid of points in Bailey and Wilson for free. But understandable, Bailey's a complete waste of space. Or more to the point, Steven Gerrard's a waste of space. I know Karma Baby has a lot of things to say about him. Come on the show, Karma Baby. Tell us. And Wilson scoring against Man City. Understandable transfers, but Brentford, good fixtures. Tony scored a goal. And we know what De Silva can do. And yeah, 54 points. He is on 219, which equates to 19,000th in the world. Sanchez in goal, Trent, Cancelo, Zinchenko, Patterson, Salah, De Bruyne, Martinelli, Kulusevski, Jesus and Tony. It was really a toss-up for him between Patterson and Nico Williams. He went with the home player. And yeah, he is absolutely, I mean, for game week 4, perfectly set up. I don't think he needs to make any transfers. He's an arsehole for having Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. I'm expecting him to captain Salah. I think it's the most logical one to do. I know Jesus is at home to Fulham. That's a tempting one as well. Maybe captain him 2 weeks in a row, possibly. It's a toss of the coin. In my begrudging opinion, I think Salah for the fear of missing out. But Jesus, there's that potential of really, really hauling. But I expect that to be a... I'm going to be predicting 3-1 in that fixture to Arsenal. I just have this feeling Mitrovic is going to score. I don't know why. But I just have this feeling he's going to score. But I do expect Fulham to score. And yeah, I'd 3-1. Hopefully, what's his face? Saka can actually return more than just an assist from one measly stinking one measly assist from 9 bloody goals, for crying out loud. The frightening thing is that there's 10 points difference now between Peter Scullion and Kazali. 10 points difference, but it means that there's a difference of 80,000 places. So Kazali is 101,000. Once again, a beautiful team. There's these teams have got similar patterns. He's 10 points behind Peter Scullion in the Members League. He did a -4 this week. He did captain Salah. The -4 was Bailey. I mean, again, you can't make this up. Bailey and Trippier out for Elliott and Cucurella. It's laughable. It really is. It's just a fucking... I keep forgetting I can swear. Dan. For everybody watching, wondering what we talking about Dan for, basically, he finds it offensive, I swear. But Ramsdale in goal, Saliba, yeah, great picks. Arsenal triple up with Jesus there. Trent, Walker, Cucurella, Elliott, I don't quite understand. I mean, I know Firetalk's defended his Elliott pick, 5 million. He looks a very lively player. He does look a very lively player, but I don't know this for fact, and I'm sure someone's going to say, yeah, but they play in different positions. They probably do, but I think Carvalho deserves an opportunity to start. I think anytime he's come on the pitch, has looked really, really good. So maybe Elliott can miss out, but again, someone's probably telling me that he's not even in the same position. De Bruyne, Salah, Rodrigo, Jesus and Haaland. A beautiful team there. Again, captaincy this week, easy, Salah. Or again, like with Peter, it's a case of, do I go with Salah or do I go with a slight differential in Kevin De Bruyne? Jesus, sorry. So yeah, like I said, there's only 10 points dividing them two. Madeline Tudor is third. He's on 205 points. That's 14 points behind Peter Scullion. Just the 4 points off Kazali. Another one. These players, all the teams are very, very similar. Just the odd differential here or there. It's just the fact that their differentials are all coming through. I mean, it's all with hindsight, isn't it? It's like, yeah, they're the differentials that you should be having. Not the likes of Lingard, but I'm not bitter. Ramsdale. I mean, I'm just going to go with the immediate reaction of Gross and Perisic. Perisic, he's a frustrating one, isn't he? He's somebody that I'd love to be able to... He's one that I'd be looking at to get in for Robertson. It's just the minutes that concern me, but the fact that he started against Wolves, I think Conte slowly integrating him into the team. But he's another one guaranteed to be playing Champions League, though. He's the one that's been brought in for that Champions League experience. So that's a bit of a concern for me. I think if you own him, leave him. You saw what he did the week before. Still gets an assist. This week gets a cheeky assist. Still an assist, though. Better than the flaming Martinelli one. I'm not bitter. But, yeah, great back four. And then we've got Salah captain, Martinelli, Gross with a flaming assist. Jesus and Haaland. Again, great team. Nothing I'm looking at there to think, Jesus, you've got some fires. Probably the Liverpool defenders. If anything, it's probably just Liverpool full stop, but maybe potentially looking at maybe getting rid of. If I was going to get rid of one, unfortunately, it would be Robertson, begrudgingly. Because I do like Robertson. I think he's a very, very good player. But as I've already mentioned, he just doesn't seem to want to be that attacking threat that we all expected him to do this year. And then finally, Gabriel De Ropper, one of our moderators, he's 4th, closely followed by Matthew Zaishi. Kranik Florin is there in 6th. It's all very tight. There's Anurag's having a very good season. It's literally covered by 9 points, 7th to 2nd. In fact, the top 10 are about 13 points in it. 13 points in it in the Members League. It's very, very tight again. It's who's going to be the better chess player and able to get that slight differential that explodes to take them up the league. But here's Gab's team here. Another beautiful team. 4-5-1. Any standouts here? Not really, no. Unlucky with the Walker potential clean sheet, but whatever. You've got the likes of Andreas in there again, coming through with 8 points. He's something I'm looking at. I mean, he benched Trippier, unfortunately, but that makes complete sense. He did do one transfer this week. It was Doherty out for Cucurella. Again, I'm pretty sure I said that on a members video. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute Gab even took my advice, but yeah, he's done that. I mean, just quickly going over the YouTube chat league, which is what you guys on Premiere are, well, the ones that were active in the YouTube chat league at least. So, top spot, we have got, well, it's Peter Scullion, Madeline Tudor, David Foster is 3rd, and then Gabriel De Rop is 4th. So David Foster here, let's click on his team, 70 points. Zaha, wow. Sanchez in goal. Salih's just had the brilliant game week, hasn't he? Differential galore coming through. Sanchez being one of them. Saliba another. Zaha. Captain Salah. Oh, that's brilliant. Once again, the YouTube chat league is very, very tight. Madeline Tudor and David both on 205. Gabriel Rock 203. Matthew Zaishi. Jovan. Paulie there, 7th. The top 10, once again, it's covered by about 13. It's not even that, actually. It's actually 11 points. 11 points covering 2nd down to 10th. Those guys being Gary Halliwell, John McEwen, aka FPL Sparta, No Weak Foot, Paulie, Jovan, Matthew Zaishi, Gabriel De Rop, David Foster, Madeline Tudor, and Peter Scullion. So they're all doing exceptionally well. And then on to the Rivals League, and once again all the same names, apart from, in fact, to be fair, in the top 4 it is slightly different. It is I say a lot tighter. Once again, Kazali and Peter Scullion dominating the top here. There's a couple of new faces or important members of the community which are 3rd and 4th. So this is 3rd spot. As you can see here, cracking score, 56 points. Jordan Leopard. Barely anything in this whatsoever. Any standout names? Rodrigo, and he had Bailey. Bailey repaying the faith on his bench. Jesus, wow! Look at that. There's a thumbnail. Wow. Shall I do it again? Alex Volo, catch this. Wow. Look at this bench. God, it makes you sick, doesn't it, looking at that? Trippier, Andreas, and Tony. horrible. That's horrendous. I understand why you played Williams over Trippier, or more interestingly, Andreas over Williams. And I did say in the members video, and also I'm pretty sure I did it on the preview, I'm playing, and if I had the choice between Nico Williams and Andreas Pereira, I'm playing Pereira. I expected goals in that game. And that's not hindsight. I'm pretty certain I did say that. So yeah, that's a bit of the balls up there, I think, in Jordan's case. But other than that, would you have played Tony ahead of Aston Villa's Bailey? Yeah, to be honest, I think I would. Aston Villa away at Crystal Palace, tough fixture. I think you made a cock up here. I think you made a cock up there, not to the extent of Harbour Boy. I'll show you why I'm having a go. Well, not having a go at. Well, no, I suppose you did have a go at Harbour Boy. But yeah, a bit of a faux pas there, I think, with Jordan doing what he's done there. But, you know, who am I to say anything? He's flaming near enough top of the Rivals League, for crying out loud. Third, specifically. And then in fourth spot of the Rivals League, and here we have it, a 5-3-2 formation. Unusual to see a formation like that. All the big hitters. Diaz in there. Diaz. Did just mention him just now, that he's somebody that I could potentially be looking at to bring in, possibly. But yeah, it's CW. Again, I apologise. I don't know who that is, I'm afraid. Obviously, they're clearly a valued member of Discord or the YouTube channel itself. But yeah, Sanchez in goal. Any standouts? Like I said, Diaz. He had Salah captain, Diaz playing last night. Yeah, he had Andreas on the bench. Now, would I have played Pereira ahead of any of those players? No. No, I wouldn't have played Pereira ahead of any of those players whatsoever. So, I think just unlucky with that. But yeah, I'll just show you what Harbour Boy did, just so the people watching on the premiere can, if you feel bad about your game week, possibly. Harbour Boy, unfortunately, he benched Rodrigo. Behind, it's the decision making of putting him behind of. That's Jason's team. Here we go. This is when we get tech issues. I'm glad Jason had tech issues yesterday doing his stream actually. Here we go. But yeah, he played Nico Williams ahead of Pereira. I thought that was a very strange move. Sorry, Nico Williams ahead of Rodrigo. Very strange move. I did aggressively call him out about it. I would never have done that. Yes, Nico Williams was on for potentially a clean sheet and a bonus point, but always play your attacker. Yeah, they had Chelsea. I mean, ironically for me, I always thought Everton were going to score, but I had to begrudgingly play Williams. Whereas Harbour Boy didn't have to begrudgingly play it. He should have just played the 4-4-2. But unfortunately, these things happen for the likes of Harbour Boy, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting next few weeks for these specific leagues, where certain players go. Will Peter Scullion continue to dominate every single one of these particular leagues? The answer is probably going to be yeah, because he's got a very, very good team pushing forward. And like I said, I'm expecting some changes over the next several weeks, to be honest with you. But no, I think I'll just quickly mention Jason's members video yesterday. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. He said it was quite interesting what he said. And by the way, for anybody watching on Premiere, this isn't really going to be about fantasy football. So see you later. Bye. Clear off. But yeah, Jason was talking about the Man United game, his reaction. It was just a quick 10-minute video. But he mentioned in it, he goes, I don't really have much to say, unlike with Steve-O's videos when he talks about various work issues and everything like this. And I love it when Jason does streams. I think that Jason says a lot that he doesn't like doing them because he just thinks they're rubbish. They're not. They're brilliant. He even says it back when he does streams as well. He said he doesn't like doing them solo because he thinks they're rubbish. Again, from my perspective, they're not. They're fucking brilliant. And I want to see more members videos from Jason. I've told him a minute. By the way, I'm saying something that he knows. I think Denver made a comment. In fact, I know he did. Denver made a comment saying that I want you to do more of these videos, and I agree. I think that I sent Jason a message just saying that was an excellent video this morning. I should have said this bit as well. You didn't accuse anybody of being a dickhead or an arsehole or a wanker. You're the wanker, mate. But I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I mean, it's just, from my perspective, it's very similar to these videos that I do here, actually. When you're streaming, you're always distracted by chat if you've got it up. And sometimes, I mean, I know I go on tangents, but when you're doing a live stream, you can be caught out by the odd message here or there, which kind of irks you into a complete sideways conversation. But yeah, I think that when you do videos like this, and when Jason did his video yesterday evening after the Man United game, you're just more calm and composed, really. You're just chatting into a camera and essentially just getting things off your chest. And, you know, since I've come back from my disastrous few days at work, I mean, I know Natasha, if she's listening in now, she made a point about words to the effect of, God, 20 minutes in a traffic jam. It wasn't quite a traffic jam, but you know what I mean. You should come to India and experience it there. And I mean, it's all different, isn't it? All different cities have their different problems. I know Joe Rogan keeps banging on about LA traffic. It doesn't matter what time of day you seem to be driving, it always seems to be very, very busy. I wouldn't say, like me this morning, driving into work was busy, but it was 5:15 in the morning, and I'm thinking, why is there so much traffic out at this time? Even when I went to the gym, oh, that's right, because I went to the gym first, and I got to the gym, and it's like 5:05 in the morning. I get to the car park, I'm just like, for fuck, why are there so many people here? Like, especially at that specific gym that I go to, I'm just like, it's never this busy at this time. What's going on? And then I go in the dumbbell room, loads of people, and you're just like, oh, yeah, you get the idea. But yeah, so I listened to Jason's video afterwards, and it was just fantastic. It's just the sound quality for me, because he's got like a really professional setup. I've just got a epoxy table, a little microphone in front of me, and a camera. But yeah, I want him to do more, to be honest with you, because I find it really, really interesting. I mean, there's not much more I can say, to be honest with you. If you want a quick, I know, I apologise, I think it may have been Daily Paul that asked the question about, I'd love to hear you do a podcast about retail stories. And I keep saying this, I should do these kind of stories on the podcast that I've got, but I just can't be bothered, because there's just, I don't know, like I said, I just get no feedback whatsoever. And on here, there just seems to be more feedback regarding this bullshit chat than anything else. And again, I find that with a lot of things, to be honest with you, when people tune, I've talked to death about this, when you talk about a different subject matter, people actually interact with it more. Like I said with Harry put up your top 3 favourite films, favourite computer games of all time that took your life away, and it got literally hundreds of interactions. Whereas if it was to put up a, what do you think of this team? It gets about 10. You know, it's just something different. And yeah, it's you know, one of my most annoying things from working is Dereco. If you're even watching this, I don't know if you got. So Dereco is a manager of another large supermarket chain like me, and one of the most amazing. If you want to do a psychology experiment with the human race, do volunteer work in your large local supermarket chain. And do volunteer work on the checkout, specifically the self-service, and just watch the human race. Because I legitimately cannot understand how somebody can't work a self-service. Now, I understand that there can be some technical hitches. Sometimes I get it, like you scan the barcode and it doesn't go through. Well, all you got to do is just scan it again. You don't need to do this. Mate, why isn't it working for? Hello? And I'm just there like, beep. There you are. Oh, sorry, mate. It's mental. The one thing that I genuinely can't get my head around is when they pay for the product. And 99 times out of 100 they're using card, because all the machines are card these days. Rather than just doing what I do, or what I'd like to think you do. I'm sure there's someone out here going, oh no, that sounds like me. Is this? Please insert your credit card or debit card. Or tap, whatever. Sure, this is me. Beep. Done. Thank you. Walk off. Why is it that I see quite a lot of customers do this? Well, you can't actually see this, but they just why isn't it set to my payment for? Well, maybe if you didn't slam it against the fucking scanning machine and allowed it just to, you know what, check the PIN number or check the chip, it may fucking work. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm aware places like Lidl, as an example, Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's, their self-service are so advanced that before you even put money in, they've already issued your change. It is ridiculous. If anybody's used a Lidl self-service, it is extraordinary. Like, quite literally, let's just say my products cost £4.95. I put a fiver in. By the time just as I've inserted the £5 note, it's already given me 5p change. It's so quick. But what's the problem with Lidl's self-service? Yeah, welcome to supermarket fucking story time. But what's the problem with Lidl's self-service? Is that because they're so quick, because they're so advanced, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's true, they can't keep up with what you're doing, because the consumer, the shopper, is so used to this speedy service that they're trying to put the things through as quickly as possible, but the system isn't quick enough. So basically it's constantly going beep, beep, you need assistance, please ask for help, and the shopping doesn't actually get done any quicker. In fact, if anything, the process is even slower. But again, this is what these self-service checkouts seem to promote. It's like, we want to do everything as quickly as possible, but the technology isn't quick enough to do this quick enough, so it just breaks down. It's like with all these mobile phones we've got. Like, all we want, this is all we as the human race want, and it's dark saying this, is just as quickly as possible. The second I press my phone, I want it to be straight onto the internet. Instantly. I want it straight on YouTube. I just want it to connect instantly. No, it is frightening how this world is just impatient with everything these days. But yeah, I think that when you go on like the self-service areas, just watch. Like, the worst thing it drives me up the fucking wall. Right, so where I work, in fact, it's most self-service areas. Unfortunately, the staff are training the customers to be morons. So I remember when our shop first got self-service a few years back, and I was like the head assistant teaching people how to use it, so to speak. And I remember the amount of people that would just like, it would be like, for instance, till 7's free, and they'd just come up to me and they go, "I've got eyes, you know, I can see that it's free." All right, mate, back off, calm the fuck down, breathe. I'm just showing you there's a till free. Other bits and pieces, other things would be just like, by the way, this is like what, 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. Others would be, you go over to the issue with the machine, and they're just like, "Mate, you don't need to help me, you know. I know what I'm doing here." And you're like, "But you haven't put the croissant through. You need to go to this menu here, press that." "I know what I'm doing. I can read, you know." Oh, for fuck! I'm just trying to help. Fast forward 5 years, and it's this. This is. People think I'm mad when I'm saying this. You fucking go into your local supermarket, preferably a large chain, and just watch, and it's just this. Everybody in the queue is just on their phones. So you have to tell them when the till's free, because they're not looking up to see when it's free. And you see the customers behind them are like, "Fucking come on, move!" And they're just there, and they're just there. So then I have to go, "Till 7's free," and they're like this. And they come along, they're still staring at their phone. Beep. Put it down. Still staring at the phone. Beep. Beep. Get the bank account up. "Excuse me." I've been watching the whole time. I know exactly what the problem is. "Yeah, you need to press pay." "Oh, do I? Oh, sorry." By the way, anybody watching this is clearly thinking I'm fucking nuts. But one day, there will be one day in my life, I'm just going to go down to Leicester Square, go into one of the comedy shops and just do a Michael McIntyre-esque sketch. Because it is fucking insane how thick people are. Anything else I can think of? Pisses me off with people on chair. The worst one that I had recently, I say recently, about several weeks ago now, was I was on the this was on the checkout itself, main bank checkout, and the bloke, I'm guessing the couple were aged mid to late 50s, and they processed the shopping through, and they put the divider in the middle, and I said, "Oh, you're paying separately. I thought you were together." "Yeah, we're paying separately. Yeah. Right, okay." So he puts his card on the machine, the whatever chip and pin device, and he just leaves it on there. And rather than listening to my words of, "Yeah, you may want to move your card now so I can process your wife's shopping," he just leaves it on there. So surprise, surprise, it all causes confusion. The till doesn't start working because it's then processing another transaction because he hasn't moved the fucking card. They have a go at me for not doing my job correctly, despite the fact I've specifically said to the guy, "Yeah, you may want to move your card now." It's just incredible. And like I say, when you work in retail, you see the human species at its most vulnerable because they're not there to impress people. When you go shopping, you're not there to impress. You're just there to do shopping. Now, don't get me wrong, I come across the most pretentious pieces of fucking shit you will ever come across in your life. And some of them, sometimes I just want to go at these people and just go, "What's so special about you to be acting like the way you are?" Again, one day I'd love to do it. I just don't have the bollocks to do it, to be honest with you. But the majority of people, you see them at the most vulnerable. They're wearing not particularly nice clothing because they've just come out of their bed. You know, they're just squandered in. You know, like I say, they're at the most vulnerable. A lot of them aren't wearing their makeup or anything like this, and they're just zombies. In the words of, well, it's not even the words. Just listen to the song "Zombified" by Falling in Reverse. Just sums everything up. We're all just fucking zombies, just following the same patterns. It's a bit like, funny enough, linking it back to FPL, a bit like FPL, we're all zombies. And in fact, we were doing it the other day, weren't we, Jason? Oh, get whoever in, get Gross in. Who's the next popular pick everybody's doing? Well, Gross got an assist, didn't he, Steve-O? Yeah. Just everybody's just zombified. I mean, yesterday, you're going to love this. Are we, Steve? Are we actually going to love this, Steve-O? Not really. Bloke comes up to me, passive-aggressively. Now, right, I'm going to make the word up, but it was words to the effect of, can you help me with something? Where's the Voskov cheese? I'm sorry, the what? The Voskov cheese, where is it? Let's have a look. So I just went to the area where it's the speciality cheeses. All the high marked ones. And I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of it. Oh, it's the one that's in a circular square pack. You know, it comes in little triangles and everything. Voskov cheese. Right, it's French. Don't you know? Look, mate, I don't have a clue what you're talking about, okay? I'm trying to help you here. I don't know what you're talking about. And I work this thing every single day here. And he's like, forget it. Okay, I'll forget it then. Walks off. 2 seconds later, oi! Here it is. Okay, let's have a... What is it exactly? Shows me it. Laughing Cow cheese. You know that popular brand, Laughing Cow? Yeah, it was that. Doesn't even say Voskov on it. Doesn't have anything to do with French on it, to be honest with you. But I'm the moron for not knowing what it is. Didn't you know? Once again, I'd love to just turn around to these people and go, just piss off. Get a fucking grip of yourself. Stop wasting my fucking time. Like even today. Think about this. Think about your own industries that you're working in, and someone doing this to you with the equivalent of. I can't think of any examples, but it will be. So in my case, a woman comes up to me and goes, "Where's your brown flour?" And she's looking at the flour, and I'm like, "Yep, there's some just there. There's some there, and there's some there. Yep. Are you sure that's brown flour?" "Yes, it says wholemeal on it." "Yeah, it's just that I'm trying to bake a pizza base." "Okay. Again, I'm not a baker or anything, but I'm just assuming that, you know, the fact that it says wholemeal. You're gonna love this bit. The fact that it says wholemeal on it suggests that it's brown. And I'm just stood there like a lemon, just staring at the ingredients, seeing if she can make a pizza base, all this stuff. Yeah, she can, yeah. And she says, "Are you sure? Are you sure it's brown, yeah?" "Yes, it is, yes, yeah. It's just that it says wholemeal on it, and normally I buy wholemeal bread." "Well, what fucking colour is wholemeal bread then?" "Brown." And on that note, I'm pissing off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Members, you've got this in advance. Ooh. Premiere people, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like. I'm done. See you later.